Welcome to the Hop 40.
Your podcast for music and beer.
Well, here we go. The very first episode of the Hop 40 here in my living room with a bunch of people introduced in a moment. But since it's the very first episode, I think we got to tell you guys what you're getting into here. Let's cut right to the heat of the meat. This podcast is all about music and beer. We're going to be talking about random beers that myself and our guests brought, that we all have covered the label, and then every guest, along with the beer they brought, also brought a song. So, basic rundown is everyone's going to get a turn. They're going to be able to play their song. During that time, we will drink their beer, and then afterwards, we're all going to talk about it. And then the person who brought both the song and the beer can reveal what beer it was, because the labels are covered. And if we don't recognize the song, they can certainly tell us at that time what the name of the song is and who the artist is, and we'll probably talk about the song a little bit too. We may review it, maybe we'll make up some sort of rating system. But I am your host, Tony, along with my co-host.
Hey, Caleb here.
Cabers
Mick
Wabers. All right. And as we go here, it's a little bit of a free-for-all for the first episode. Basically, I told all our guests here that we could bring in, there are two guests I'll introduce in a second here, but they could bring pretty much any song they wanted. In the future, we will randomly pick the genres, so we'll have it a little bit more honed in as we go, and we'll do a random number generator to pick one of 13 genres that we'll take care of at the end of this episode. And we kind of hope to stick to this framework for all episodes, but in the future, I'm sure we'll throw in some games and trivia, and things like that. So without further ado here, Caleb, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I think maybe our local listeners know who you are, but for everyone else, who are you, Cabers?
I am a 26-year-old Caucasian male.
Do you consider yourself a beer expert?
I consider myself a beer advocate. Just found out what that website was today when I was researching the beer that I brought. I like beer cheap and tasty. Well, I made an exception to that today. And I like my music the same way. I like it
Cheap and
live,
tasty.
cheap and tasty.
Yeah, I think the point of this episode is none of us that are on at least the first episode are beer experts or really music experts. We're just kind of fans of it. And so with us today, we have our first guest, the Fresh Princess of Hilaire, Miss Ashleigh Sauers. Tell us a little about yourself, Ash. How are you doing tonight? I know I saw you pretty much all day today, but is there anything I don't know about your day so far?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited to try all these new beers. And also, I have no idea what anybody's picked as far as music goes, so hopefully I'll hear something new and something I like. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
All right. And then our other guest today is kind of a local legend of sorts. I don't know when I first met this guy. He's over here looking like he's going to hit me. But we have Mr.
Libatious Buzzkill Esquire the Seventh.
All right, this is Charles, all right? This is Charles. You may know him as the host of the giant amoeba, Elephantine Amoeba. Elephantine Amoeba is the venue.
Elephantine amoeba.
Elephantine, okay. Local venue. He opens up his beautiful household to share wonderful music, and oftentimes there's really good local, in a sense, private parties for all of our friends. And awesome guy. Again, anyone in Easton will certainly know him. And then, last but not least, we also have
Sugary.
ReeBayBay. ReeBayBay, aka Rebecca, is Caleb's girlfriend, also visiting us. And fun fact, Rebecca does not drink. Which is
Yay!
against the thesis of this whole podcast. However, she has agreed to at least try every beer, which I think will give an interesting perspective from someone who just likes food and non-alcoholic drinks, what her opinion is of the various beer we've chosen today. I think that was an interesting dynamic. All right, so here. No more talk. That's boring. You guys didn't click play to hear us just babble. Let's cut into this. We have, again, the first person going around the table will always be the guest who play their song and we drink their beer. And first, we are going to go with the Fresh Princess of Hilaire, Miss Ashleigh Sauers. Let's cue up your song, okay?
All right, let's do it.
One of those guys who lets his eyes go rolling every now and then. Check out them girls from toes to curls that I'd love to find myself a 10. My luck survives on 4s and 5s when I go on out for fun. But last night in desperation, I approached a -1, and she said no. An ugly woman told me no. Nothing make you feel quite as low as when an ugly woman tells you no. Terrible. I flashed my smile. In a little while we was talking face to face. I found out she was alone and free, so I made just a little slight reference over to my place. I saw her frown. I slowed down. I was charming. You know I was ever so cool. But when I reached in for the kill, that bear said, "Rrr, I'm nobody's fool." Oh, she said no. An ugly woman told me no. Doesn't make you feel quite alone. That's when an ugly woman tells you no. I was crushed inside. I swallowed my pride, but I was not about to quit. I showed her some little scar that I got in some little war, and she softened up a teensy-weensy little bit. I probed, I searched, I mentioned church, and I'm clearly Jewish, and in fact, I almost cried. But when I put in my request, she said, "Request denied." Woman's terrible, terrible. My parting shot was, I've only got about 2 weeks or less to live. You owe it to your country, and it's always better to give. She looked at me mighty scornfully. She said as the poor gal turned to go, "Look here, boy, on a scale of 1 to 10, your rating ain't got a chance to show." Oh, she told me no. How could you do it? Ugly woman tell me no. You could put that girl's face in some dough and make gorilla cookies. She said no. Ugly woman told me no, but no. Nothing make you feel it low, no. And when the ugly woman tells you no.
All right. Good pick, Ash. But again, to stay true to the rules here, you will be the last person to tell us what the reason why you brought that song and this, might I say, delicious beer of sorts that we're drinking. But no more for me. Let's start with our guest, Charles. What do you think here, Charles?
First of all, let it be said, a lot of people have stage names, street names. My drinking name is Libatious Buzzkill. I don't do a lot of drinking. I'm a lightweight. So when I drink, it opens the doors for all that kind of activity. So I kind of keep it low key. But Ashleigh, let me say this. probably the damn best beer I ever had. If this is beer, I'm an alcoholic. I'm back. So that being said, I mean it. This is I don't know. It has. I like flavor. I like shanties, and I'm the kind of guy that I'm a child of a pharmacist, so I got a little alchemy in me, and apothecary type stuff. So I like to mix juices and fruit with my beer, and this out of the bottle tastes like something I would make, and it's delicious. And I like the color. I have like an ancestral mug here. I brought my own mug. It's my Uncle Carl. He was a notorious playboy, had a key to the Playboy Club in Lake Geneva, and he took us there for our graduation and got us, Playboy Club. But, so I'm proud to have that beer in my Uncle Carl's mug. He'd be proud of me. And as for the song, the music, I got turned on to, was it Tom Waits late in the game? And I'm kind of turned out by Tom Waits. Is that Tom Waits? I don't know. But it's kind of bluesy and yet folky, like folkloric storytelling. It's comical, got like a 1-2 beat. I really liked it. It got my attention. And even when I wasn't paying attention, it still got my attention. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing.
It definitely was comedic. I mean, what you guys didn't hear, our listeners, we were laughing at the lyrics as we were drinking this beer.
Yeah, that's one thing is, oh, give me an ugly girl and dump her face in some dough and make me a gorilla cookie. I like King Kong kind of babes, like my girl's strong and hairy. But, so that being said, it's damn good beer. And the music, I really want to know who it is because I like that kind of stuff, And I'm happy to be sitting here drinking this beer, listening to this music, and this brand new podcast.
All right.
Let's do it some more.
This is, I'm almost done with this beer. That's not a lot of time.
Oh, man, I'm done with mine. Look at that.
Yeah.
Glass bottom boat.
Caleb, Rebecca,
Glass bottom boat.
what do you guys think of the song in this beer, huh?
I think we might have been swindled.
Beer.
Young Ashleigh, I believe this is not beer. I believe this is cream soda. As Charles said, if this is beer, then call me an alcoholic. I think the song and the beer, if there's like wine pairings with food, this song played here reminded me of a soda jerk in the 50s. And I feel like with the cream soda, it paired very nicely. And the song was a bit of a practical joke, and I feel the beer selection might have been as well. But it's one that I enjoy, and
It is alcoholic.
It
is
alcoholic.
I can tell you that for now.
well, then that's dangerous because I can't taste a drop of alcohol. But thank you.
Rebecca, as the non-drinker, your thoughts on the beer?
Well, it certainly smells like cream soda, and
Yeah.
it tastes like. Well, let me refresh it. It tastes like I could go to somebody's house and they could be like, "I made this homemade cream soda."
That has
And-
alcohol in it.
Yeah, well, like they could totally fool me. They could totally, like, if someone secretly wanted to get me drunk, they could get away with it with this.
She never told me that.
But I'm
Ash.
glad they haven't. And yeah.
Hold on, let's just
It
pause
was,
for a second.
It was like a good summer night drink.
Let's just pause for a second. Because if you hear any background clicking and clacking going on, Charles just busted out a yogurt.
I had to coat my stomach, man. I'm like lightweight.
You gotta balance out with the probiotics.
You don't want to see me drunk.
It's too yeasty.
All right, and Rebecca, song-wise, what do you think?
Well, this was it was a good pairing of like yummy alcoholic cream soda with like a silly song, and I don't know. I like comedy, so the song made me chuckle, and I'm glad he got turned down because he sounded very fresh. I'm glad that woman rejected him.
Oh, she's taking a
'Cause
feminist approach.
I don't think she deserves such a fool. but he was super entertaining. So, and I never heard it before. So
That's always good.
yeah, I love new music.
And I hope, and as this podcast go, we keep hearing, people taking a little bit of a risk, as you will, dropping music that normally you wouldn't hear, not taking the typical bar band DJ approach, playing things we all know and love. I personally, I like this beer. It's definitely some sort of cream soda of some kind beer. It it's one of those beers though where I'm pretty much like, I would estimate like 5/6 of the way done with it, and I really don't think I would crack open another. It's way too sweet. It's a super sweet beer. As far as the song goes, I knew it right off the bat. Actually, Ashleigh and I saw this guy in concert. I'll let Ashleigh reveal the artist and talk about him because he's an interesting guy. But in concert, he was awesome as well. Played not only guitar but harmonica, and it was really cool. And yeah, you know, I don't think that Ash, did you purposely pair this beer with the song?
Well, actually, okay, so as we were coming back from getting beer, I was like, wow, I could totally pretend like I planned this whole thing because it does go well together. But no, I'd be lying if I said I did on purpose.
Well, I think that the beer and the song is this like comedic, very like Delta bluesy song back in the same style of when music didn't take itself way too seriously. And then I don't think this beer takes itself very seriously, and it's on purpose and in all the right ways. It's a beer that's purposefully.
Purposefully.
It's working.
It's purposefully over the top sweet to taste like a soda, and you know, paired with the song, it makes me think of like Southern sweet tea. It's simple, it's good, can't have too much of it, but. And then same with the song. I don't know how much of that kind of music I personally would jam out to, but you know, in small doses, it's a nice refresher. So Ash, we are back to you. Tell us first. How about this? Let's start with the beer.
All right.
Let's start with the beer.
So this is made by the same company that makes your Not Your Father's root beer. So this is Not Your Father's vanilla cream ale, and
delicious.
my favorite soda, like my favorite carbonated drink is cream soda.
Mine too.
I always call it the forgotten soda because I feel like it is forgotten about, you know. But I love it, and I saw this today and I was so excited because I can get a little drunk while I drink my favorite soda, and I really liked it, and honestly, like, I agree with Tony on the fact that, okay, I could drink two, because I have a sweet tooth, but I don't think I could, like, you know, load up on these all night, because they are heavy and they are really sweet. But I would definitely drink it again. Oh, and you had mentioned before about maybe we talked about the price.
Yeah, how much did this 6-pack cost you?
So it's close to $13.
Okay.
For, you know, 6 beers, so it's, you know, it's a little bit pricey. But every once in a while is okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the box here now that Ash finally revealed it to us. It's 4.1% alcohol, so it doesn't pack a serious punch. But there is a label right on it that says must be 21 to purchase because, I mean, not only does the name look like a soda, but the taste itself, like you could seriously give this to somebody who does not drink and they probably wouldn't know there's alcohol in it until maybe they downed about 3 of them and that 4.1% worth of alcohol kicked in.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
One
but
hell of bar mitzvah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. And they're charging $13 for the 6-pack, but probably because that Not Your Grandfather or Not Your Father's root beer was so popular. Remember when that came out? I don't know, 6 months ago. That's when it finally...
people went crazy.
Yeah, people went crazy about over, and they were charging like $5-6 a bottle for it at the bar. Good choice. What about the song?
Okay, so the song was sang by an artist that goes by Blind Boy Paxton. You might be surprised to know that he's actually my age, although he sounds much older.
How old are you, Ash?
I'm 26.
Okay.
So we were both born in 1989. He's originally from LA. He's known more for blues and jazz, as you can tell. And yes, he does do a lot of like storytelling, and he has a really good sense of humor. So, you know, he's from LA, but he's got this like southern sound, which actually comes from his grandparents, who are originally from Louisiana. He is incredibly talented. He can play several instruments. He started playing the fiddle at 12. the banjo at 14. But what's really interesting is he lost most of his eyesight by the time he was 16.
Hence the name, Blind Boy.
He goes by Blind Boy Paxton. He really is blind.
That's amazing.
But he also, even after losing most of his eyesight, learned to play the piano, harmonica, the Cajun accordion, which I'm not really sure what that is. He plays the ukulele, guitar, the bones, which are something I had to look up today. They're like stick clappers. They actually look like bones. I don't know if they're made of bones.
Maybe at one time they probably
yeah,
were.
maybe. But he's going to be featured on a documentary on PBS called American Epic.
Wow.
You know, he likes to wear overalls, which you can tell by the sound that he'd be wearing overalls.
That's probably why he got turned down by the ladies, because he was wearing overalls.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I think it's really funny, the fact that he can't really see, and he's talking about being rejected by ugly women, because how does he know if they're ugly? I mean,
They feel like amazing when your other senses pick up other senses.
Oh, I can feel by your face
Yeah.
that you're pretty. That's pretty ugly. But anyway, yeah, you can tell that he really enjoys playing on stage. People, they laugh along, and he's a great storyteller. And we had a great time seeing him. We saw him at the Bucks County...
Wow.
No, Kutztown or Reading?
Reading. It was in Reading, but it was the Bucks County Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
He opened for David Bromberg.
David Bromberg
Band. So all in the same kind of genre of music. And I really enjoyed watching him. I smiled the entire time.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you for sharing. Open my world.
Yeah. Good pick, Ash. Yeah, we'll do a little...
Thanks!
Awesome. Well, at this point, I have completely downed that vanilla delicious cream thing, and I'm cruising for something bitter, I think. Bitter. But we got to go with Charles next. He's the next guest. We're gonna go with Charles. So let's get those beers cracked open, and we're gonna cue up Charles's song.
But this is not my beer, is it? Is it my beer?
Is that not your beer?
This is your beer.
Okay.
Yeah, we put the labels off.
We tore the labels off, so we can't tell what these beers are except by things we kind of remembered. All right, we're gonna get this song going for you guys, and we hope you're drinking with us.
may or may not have to press pause on this podcast and change your pants after that last one. Because Charles, Libatious brought the sexy in real hard.
Bring sexy back.
And he's bringing
And
sexy
you
back.
did.
He's JTT.
Real back.
As a standard going forward, we're gonna have the guest speak to the reaction on the song first, and then we'll cut through to the regulars. So, Ashleigh, if you'd like to say something about that one.
And the beer. Of
And the
course.
beer.
Oh,
and the
right.
beer.
The
Okay.
beer's good. The beer's still good.
So definitely different pace on the beer. Okay, we're not so sweet. This is definitely making me pucker a little bit. It's more sour and a little bit.
That's the first sip I took. I thought sour,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sour, fruity sour. You know, maybe.
but not sweet.
I mean, it's a little sweet,
Okay,
but
yeah.
you know. Anyway, I do really like it. I would drink it again.
Yeah, for sure.
I probably like the other one though. I probably wouldn't drink multiple of these just because of the sourness. You know, after a while, your tongue starts to feel kind of funny, like when you eat too many Sour Patch Kids. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly,
the struggle.
the aftertaste is a little warheady.
Right, exactly.
It's a little bit warheady on the
Yeah,
aftertaste.
totally. Like after the really sour part's gone.
But you know what? I don't know what this beer is yet. I have a decent idea because this bottle looks awfully familiar. I think I know the brewing company. I just don't know the exact, model of this beer, if you will.
Model.
I know it's a Honda, but I don't know if it's a Civic. But I'm gonna venture a guess, and we'll find out once Charles tells us what this beer is. But I bet you there's a lot of alcohol in this.
But I want to talk about the song.
Yeah, go for it,
Okay,
Ashley.
let
Sorry.
me talk about the song.
Yeah.
Okay, so sexy,
Yeah.
very sexy. I believe, love making was brought up, and it's only natural when hearing this music. Was there saxophone in there? Right?
Huh?
Saxophone? Was that saxophone? Yeah.
Kenny G.
That was very sexy, the saxophone. I'm gonna say sexy a lot.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I really
Saxophone.
liked it, and something funny that Charles mentioned while we were off air, he says the same thing over and over again, but we actually Tony and I had a conversation about this the other day. It's like sometimes in songs when they say things over and over, it's like because you're really feeling it at that moment, and it's like all you can think about. So there's definitely a lot of love, like very strong emotions, and what you couldn't see is like everybody was up and kind of like jamming, and we were feeling it. The mood was lit. Can I say lit? It was lit.
It was lit.
Okay.
Honestly, 5 seconds into playing that song, we had a pseudo dance party in the living room. We're only one beer deep right now. I don't know what that
not
says
even a
about
beer.
us. If that says something about us as definitely not beer aficionados, lightweights, if you will, or just that song was killer. I'll talk later. Let's go to Rebecca. Thoughts on? Did you sip this beer?
I did. I sipped on it. I agree with the warhead aftertaste.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
What is
Yeah.
Warhead? What is Warhead? Is that
It's a sour
It's a very
candy.
sour candy. Very sour.
Sour candy.
It was one of those candies where like you almost had to like you could dare people to put like 3 of them in your mouth at once. You know?
They were awesome. The
They
black
made you-
cherries were the best.
Wow.
Yeah, they were
What's
brutal.
that?
They had
Hard
like this.
candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, hard candy. You sucked on them.
They were coated in like a powder.
Yeah, they were so disgustingly sour that they had like this powder, almost like they were like
Battery acid.
battery acid corroded on the outside. Yeah.
Some candy should be sweet.
Well,
I'm sorry, but anyway, go ahead. I'm
We're
sorry.
not getting political.
To each their own.
let's go back to Rebecca.
Upon first smell, not as charming as the Not Your Father's cream soda. Would not get a candle in that scent, but classic beer smell.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
But
You're absolutely right.
But yeah, I mean, not too bad a taste. Kind of reminds me of fall. Like I don't know if I hint a little appleiness. I don't know. It could be all my
point.
imagination.
I think you're right on that. It's like it almost has like a almost cidery.
Yeah.
Almost cidery. I didn't get that at first.
Yeah, I couldn't put my finger on what fruit I felt like that was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting us ready for fall. Even I'm still in summer mode though, but And
Still
then,
July.
Yeah. And then the song, very groovy, very groovalicious. Yeah, and I enjoyed that dance party, and you know, might like keep that song in mind for if I like need to, you know, I don't know, set that kind of mood, that kind of funky, sexy, groovy mood, in any kind of scenario.
Yeah. Cabers, you wanna go off on that?
I'll toss my hat in the ring. Yeah, I would totally agree with ReeBayBay, or Sugar Ree. Anyone out there who's looking to host a party, end of summer party or a midsummer party, and you're looking to get people off the couch and engaging with each other in a horizontal, vertical fashion, but more horizontal than vertical. It was dripping with sex, that song. That's all I can say. And the beer had a similar taste. It kind of punches you in the mouth, like a good kiss. And yeah, it has like a cider kind of, I don't know, front. Is that a word?
Is that a
It's
beer
frontin'.
word?
It's front something.
It's front heavy.
And to me, it tastes like a sour, which I think they're pretty popular now, or like a goes, like the vinegary beer. It sounds like it kind of tastes like it sat out on your grandma's windowsill, cooling with the
Grandma's
pies.
purse.
For like an hour too long. But that hour too long made it like interesting.
To keep it flavor.
I like this beer a lot.
Mhm.
I don't know how many I could drink, but having one is great. This is a great addition. I know the brewery now. I have finally put two and two together. At first I thought it was like a Weyerbacher because they have a really sour, and that's a local Easton brewery, Easton, Pennsylvania, for any of our non-local listeners, which we are thankful for acquiring if we do. But great beer, really. Definitely the sour notes, and I think the cider is on point. There could be, I also kind of get a berryness to it, but I can't wait to hear more about it. The song, funky. So smooth and funky, right up my alley. Everything about I didn't recognize it. I don't know the band, but man, I like that track a lot. And as a DJ, that's like an end of the night killer track right there. Any kind of dance party you're having, that track is on point. Especially super late nights. I really think that's an awesome choice. Definitely 70s. Kind of like got a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire influence with it, but like that bass line was just on point, everything about it. And I think what Ash said with like the droning lyrics, not a whole lot of lyrics in the song, I kind of like that. I like the minimalism, and I think there's a lot to be said about having a minimal song that still hits that hard. At this point, though, Charles, you gotta tell me, what is that song?
The song is "A Love of Your Own."
A Love of Your Own?
And it's by the band Average White Band. And
definitely not average, above average.
It does not, to me, that song does not ring sex. I mean, it can lead you there, but it's all about love of your own. And it really is special to me. I have an estranged wife. I mean, when I mean that, I don't mean in a negative sense. We've been like on a 5 to 6 year hiatus, but not really. I still talk to her every day. I hope a boyfriend didn't hear this. But
this is going to go on the interwebs.
It's special though. I don't care. It is what it is.
Okay.
And I'm coming from the heart with this. I mean, that song is so potent. Music is a powerful, powerful thing. And I just happened to see her tonight, so I was late, and we don't see each other a whole lot. And that is like one of our theme songs. And yet, I have made love to that song with her multiple times. It's like Pavlov's dog. I don't want to go into great details, but it gets me going. I'm there. I'm ready. When that song comes on, I'm like, yeah, baby. But part of my vernacular. But yeah, the song to me is "A Love of Your Own," about having an open heart and really knowing unconditional love. My wife has a boyfriend and all that right now, and I love her more than I ever loved her in my life right now. I love her more every day. So that's all good. And I'm allowing her to be free and do her thing. She allows me to do my thing. So, and I don't want to limit her. We're both lovers, and so we share our love, you know. So that being said, that's kind of like the nexus that I'm trying to pull together with the beer. bring the relationship together.
Yeah, tell us about this.
I view women like fruit. I'm not being misogynistic. I'm not being chauvinistic. I mean, fruit is a beautiful thing, you know, the fruit of the earth. So there are peaches, there are pears, there are cherries and mangoes. Those are the kind of categories I put them in. And peaches this is a peach, the peach flavor you have in there.
This is a peach.
Peach, but also it's a white wheat beer.
A white wheat.
I mean, the wheat, you know,
The
wheat,
hard
wheat,
H.
wheat. Yeah. It's wheat, so it's a light beer, which is, it will fool you because it's very low in alcohol. It's another like 4
Really?
Yeah, 4.5. But I don't know if you ever had a peach. Peach can be very sweet, but when a peach goes sour, when you ferment a peach, it's as bitter as I don't know what. And women can be like that. Women can be so sweet, but when they turn on you, dude, it can be very bitter. So that's what I like about it. It's 4.5.
Wow.
This particular brand comes from, it's Dogfish.
Yes, I knew that.
And
Dogfish Head.
Yeah. And then this is Festiva Peche.
Ooh, I really like the artwork.
Yeah, I love the artwork and stuff here. And it's very female. If you can see, the peaches are very female. You know.
Oh yeah.
Very, you know, vaginal in its essence. And I like the beer. It's a good call. And it fits. I mean, I love how life just comes together sometimes. I mean, I haven't seen my girl in a while, and I just saw her like I left her coming here, and I'm leaving here, going back to her, hopefully, and to take care of some, you know, business things. And I'll play that song, and hopefully I can take a beer with them. Maybe things could really evolve from that. But yeah, this is what we're dealing with right here. And the song is good stuff. A love of your own, open-heartedness, but yet share the love, you know, and the musicality. These guys, the Average White Band, they're like.
Let me just cut in. You know what? A song that funky, I'm surprised they're white.
Well, I mean, love transcends, and then these guys they're from the '70s, and I think statements like that keep your funk down. I know some funky people I know are white, and plus I don't. The race thing, we're going to the race thing. The race thing is bullshit, man. Excuse my language. I mean, they sold us they sold us a mind funk with that because there's one race, that's the human race. You can't determine race by blood. And we're intergenetical. If you were a cat and I was a dog, it'd be different. But you know, your daughter and my son can make babies. You know, race that if you want to.
If only everyone in this country had your mindset, Charles. And I must say, your mindset is what.
Dude, we got a long way to go. But you know, more power to you, racists out there. You know, get down with it. But you know, there's a new day coming because you know things are browning up out there, buddy. Things get real brown. Nice and shade. And plus, we need it. It strengthens the human bloodline. You know, we get too provincial, man. We get weak. You know.
I need to be a little darker.
No, I'm good, man.
Oh man, that was killer, Charles. Thanks a lot.
Oh, I love y'all, man. Thank you for all you pod ears out there. Eat, drink, and be merry. Make a lot of love. Drink a little beer. Have fun.
I will say I am almost done with this beer, so I think we should probably get into our third beer of the evening. Now, Charles, before we cut out though for the music, how much was a 6-pack?
It was a 4-pack actually.
Oh, 4-pack.
And was it
$10.99?
$10.99 like that?
It's a $10.99.
It's kind of pricey, but you know I call these craft beers.
Oh, for sure.
You won't get this. People with their energy into it, special things go into it, so I respect it.
Absolutely.
It's a pastime, not a habit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't drink this every day.
No, and you definitely wouldn't be getting drunk
No.
purposefully on a beer like this. It may happen as the byproduct of drinking it, but really, this is a beer to drink and enjoy, and you could totally eat food. I mean, I can see this paired with fish really well.
And guacamole.
And I don't drink to get drunk, actually. I mean,
of course.
like a little buzz, you know, to lighten your mood, you know. But, you know, I've had some issues. I just want to say that out there, because, you know, alcohol is tough stuff.
Yep.
You know, we love it, but it's, you know, it's intoxicants, it's poison. So you heads out there, be mindful.
Yeah.
Be conscious, be safe.
All right.
Get the disclaimer
Well,
in
we'll
on
be
the first
safe
episode.
as we go, but we do have to crack open a third.
Ye witch, more ale!
This is Caleb. You're next, right?
Yes, sir.
And I will be last, I presume. And so let's get your song lined up and let's crack open our third beer, and we'll be right back.
I don't need a cigarette.
I was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was out. I was dancing when I was out. I danced myself right out the womb. I danced myself right out the womb. Is it strange to dance so soon? I danced myself right out the room. I was dancing when I was 8. I was dancing when I was 8. Is it strange to dance so late? Is it strange to dance so late? I dance myself into the tune. I dance myself into the tune. Is it strange to dance so soon? I dance myself into the tune. Is it wrong to understand the fear that was inside a man? What's it like to be alone? I liken it to a balloon. I dance myself out of the womb. I dance myself out of the womb. Is it strange to dance so soon? I dance myself into the tune, and then again once more. I dance myself out of the room. I dance myself out of the room. Is it strange to dance so soon? I dance myself out of the room.
Good pick there, Caleb.
And ReeBayBay.
And ReeBayBay. I kind of want to start this one off. First off, about this beer. After drinking the previous two, I'm maybe 1/10 of the way done with this one. Meaning I pretty much have a full beer left. This beer is a heavy hitter, as is the song, in a way. This beer is, as soon as I sipped it, unlike the other two, we had the vanilla soda beer. We had the peach Dogfish Head. And then this one just slams you with hops. So this is a hoppy IPA. I have no idea what brand it is. It's an orange can, unlike the other two that were in bottles. High alcohol. I think I'll be right this time by saying that. One more sip. Kind of citrusy, but a lot of hops. The song, I don't know who sings that one. I liked it. I thought that little reverse solo was cool. The little snare drum rolls were good. It had a very David Bowie sound, but I think I pretty much know all David Bowie's songs, and I don't think that was one of his. But definitely David Bowie-ish. I liked it. I liked the beer more than the song. I will say that. The song had good lyrics, but I think David Bowie would have done it better. Charles.
Yes.
What do you think about the beer and the song?
Beer definitely got some kick to it.
Yeah.
And definitely has that bitter, like Belgium, like high, like IPA kind of bitterness thing to it. I always say people who like IPAs are lying. Because they're freaking nasty. But I mean, I drink occasionally, but I'm not an IPA. I like IPA because I want to be cool. But IPA, I rarely go out and buy it myself. Cause I mean, I have a friend. She calls herself a hophead. I mean, the hoppier it is, the more she likes it. I just
Is that
can't.
Tiffany?
Yes, Tiffany.
Tiffany the hophead?
Hophead.
It is kind of like the hipster.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that and what, Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR.
Well, at least PBR.
Polar
I mean,
opposites.
if you want to drink a beer and drink a beer throughout the entire night, multiple times, I've never really gotten sick of a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah. Well, the only problem I have with Pabst Blue Ribbon, most times I get it, is in a can. I think aluminum is not a good thing.
Well, we're drinking out of it right now.
Yeah, I got that, but I do it. But really, I like beers in a bottle.
Okay.
But
Cans are coming back, though.
yeah, well, unfortunately, I like it because it gets you there. It gets you a buzz. If I want to get a buzz, quick, fast, in a hurry, lean and mean. A couple of IPAs, I'm there. I'm not into bulk. I'm like efficiency. So that's what I like about IPA. Now the song, dude. I mean, how's it go? Live like there's no tomorrow. Love like you've never been hurt. Sing like nobody's listening, and dance like nobody's watching. I am all about dancing. I love to dance. Trance dancer, anything to do with dancing. I think dance is a special thing. It's an expression of the music, expressing yourself, and it's healthy for you, and it's bonding. And I mean, this little clique we have in Easton. I mean, we have like some ritual dances. I feel. I mean, I'd love to come out and to hang with my local friends and dance, and it's a special deal, And to pick that song is, it touches, it rings a chord in me. I mean, it's like I'm drunk, dude. I can't wait. What does it do to me? It makes me feel good, man.
Dancing
I like
out of the womb.
I mean, dancing out of the womb. That's
Yeah.
serious. That's very lyrical.
Into the tune.
Into the tune, and that's cool. I like that. I mean, because I think we need more dancing because it's something beautiful about it. And a lot of people who are close to the earth and shamanic people, they dance a lot.
Well, it's a very tribal thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it's
very
bonding.
tribal.
Yeah, exactly.
And, hopefully, I would think, hopefully not something we as a human culture ever lose. We've already lost a lot of things of tribal nature, such as, there's no more word of mouth storytelling anymore.
There is, but not very little, yeah.
There is, but it's not the way we keep track of our history anymore.
Old
because
tradition.
technology took
Old
over
tradition,
it.
yep.
And,
Hashtags.
hopefully that technology, I don't see it ever taking the place of dance. It took the place of storytelling in a historical sense,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, you don't need like electricity to dance. You
Yeah.
almost create electricity when you dance.
Yeah.
Create energy,
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm still sipping this beer. It is a heavy hitter. I don't know if I'll even be able to finish it before we start the next one, but there's no rules of the podcast about that. We're not here to get drunk. We're here to listen to music and drink interesting beer for the sake of tasting them. That's just me covering myself up.
Disclaimer.
Ash. Over
Yes,
there.
yes,
Yes, you're still here, right?
yes. I'm here. I Okay, so I'm really not a big hoppy beer drinker. But to tell you the truth, this one's, it's kind of nice to get that bite, I guess, after the sourness. It's kind of like, something different, Start you over. I don't know, I guess I'm getting a little drunk too.
Well, you know what? It tastes like not just an IPA beer, but the aftertaste has like a orange rind.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I don't know if I picked that up, but the can's orange, so I'm thinking orange. I guess that's how that works.
Maybe that's playing a part in it.
It's possible. So, beer, not my favorite. I wouldn't choose it. I like the can of what I can see, because we really covered them in tape. Trying to sneak a peek, still don't know what it is, and I don't think I'll guess, so I'll wait for that. But moving on to the song, I really enjoyed the song. I feel like it's one of those songs though that like you have to be in the right setting to listen to it, and with the right people. But I did like the lyrics. I like the overall sound of it. And the first thing I thought of when we started listening to it is I felt like it could be in Train Spotting, like one of those scenes where they're kind of in their own trippy zone. Mm-hmm. Because it's a little bit hypnotic.
Drug-laced.
A little bit.
Drug-laced, I like
and
that.
even though it's about dancing, it is dark.
It's mesmerizing, it's mesmerizing, but
Dark?
it's also, I feel like there's like, it's very, like, it could create a lot of imagery, listening to it with your eyes closed or on something enhancing, your imagination, whatever. It could definitely make things a little weird. I liked it.
All right. Caleb, Rebecca, I know you kind of went into this as tag team fashion. So whatever you would choose first, beer or song, reveal it. Tell us why you brought it.
If I talk about the beer, talk about song first.
I'll just say a quick thing about the beer. This is Hop 40, so I'm glad it got a little heavy hoppy for a moment.
Hop 40.
Heavy hoppy.
Hop 40 heavy hoppy moment I had. It's true that I'm a non-drinker, but I used to be a liquor enthusiast. I still like to try things. Remember the good old days. I'm still having good old days, but that was a heavy one. That was one of the ones that I still like make a face like I'm, 16 and trying beer for the first time. Like,
Bullet.
oh, that's what it's like. All right. But yeah, and then Caleb, if you want to comment on the beer.
Yeah, Caleb, what do you think about this beer?
Well, the beer, actually, it's funny because coming into it, we were going to do an entirely different song, an entirely different beer.
Okay.
And when we went to see our friends at the Milford Market, not to hate on New Jersey, but they didn't have the banana bread beer I was looking for.
We saw that
bread.
today.
Oh, you saw that
Beer?
today?
You almost got-
did.
Wait.
I'm one
Rebecca,
of my
what do you
favorite
call this
desserts is
beer?
banana pudding.
What do you call this beer?
Oh, well, I guess
Oh.
I just said hoppy.
Nothing yet. He didn't
Oh,
tell you.
okay.
You're not supposed to look at it.
we didn't reveal.
okay,
We didn't reveal,
okay.
but
I'm looking
Tony
at it
actually
now.
peeled the duct tape off his pants. So we got some big reveals here.
Alcohol is kicked in.
Dun dun dun.
Charles enjoying it. Yeah, we were gonna pick a Ween song, a banana themed
Ween.
song
A
with.
weed song?
Ween.
Well, same
Ween.
thing.
It's weed
Uh,
on band?
Gene and Dean Ween of New Hope, PA.
Oh, wow, locals.
Local legends, nationwide, worldwide. But because they were out of that beer, we settled on something called Hop Nosh from. And if I'm not pronouncing this
Top-notch,
correctly,
top-notch.
Shub will probably smack me, but it's a Uintas brewery, I believe. Uinta, yeah, from like the Uinta
Uinta.
Mountains, I believe.
One thing I'm noticing, you know what?
orange?
I'm gonna commend myself for just a second.
Yeah, you pulled that.
Over Charles's
Orange.
Burks, I'm gonna commend myself because I'm not
Express yourself.
I am not a beer enthusiast, but you know what?
Yes, you are. You're not a beer connoisseur.
I'm not a connoisseur. But
You're a dinosaur.
You know what though? I tasted orange, and on the freaking label, it's a farmer cut in a friggin' orange.
Right on the front
Dude, come on. The
Well,
can is freaking orange. Come on.
That's what I said. You knew.
So is McDonald's, but I never ate anything tangerine
But
flavored.
they say orange stuff makes you want
That's
to
a
eat
stretch,
things,
bro.
right?
No,
And red.
I think Tony was right on the nose with it because I checked
the
out
nosh.
on the nosh. He was right on the hop nosh. I checked out Beer Advocate and they talked about a tangerine front, which you can guess from the tangerine on the can,
Another fronter.
and an oily finish. And I found
Oily finish?
Yeah, I found it to be kind of like Guggen, if you guys are familiar with
Okay,
the label remover.
I don't drink it. I know what it is.
The aroma will get you there.
It has a cleaning product
It
aftertaste.
has a very it cleans you out.
Mhm.
And we actually hadn't done a beer pairing coming into it, but Rebecca settled on a song that's near and dear to my heart, and that is the one we listened to by T-Rex.
T-Rex.
T-Rex, baby.
Okay.
It's funny you mentioned David Bowie because he was a good friend of David Bowie's. They co-influenced each other's. And I don't know if that's a phrase. They inspired each other.
Again, we're not claiming to be experts here. You're not going to get appropriate terminology.
Especially this late in the podcast.
If you're looking for appropriate music or beer terminology from this podcast, you
Look else.
probably want to unsubscribe. Actually, I take that back.
I'm ready for my hand.
Yeah,
What I had to say, something we might want to include in future podcasts
go for it.
is packaging. I mean, this one has a compass on it. I mean,
Yeah, the compass can.
When you're like inebriated, it could come in handy. You know what I mean? A little compass.
You find your way home.
It could if it.
Well, it's just like direction, like the focal point of having direction.
Okay.
I know it's a stretch.
If you're drunk enough to use a can to find your way home.
No, I'm saying, no. It's a reminder. It's a focal point. You know, I need to keep my direction. You know, it's a
Okay, no,
reminder.
I get that. Okay,
Yeah.
it's symbolic.
Symbolic. Thank you. Good word. Good word.
Yes.
And you do have permission to be inappropriate. It's one of my favorite things to say.
So the flavor, everybody's pretty much come to the same conclusion that it's a punch in the mouth. It's kind of electric, you know, with the whole citric thing going for it. That song was off an album, Electric Warrior. And if I could just share a weird little side note about T-Rex. When I was getting into it when I was in high school, and it was right around the time I got my license. And my buddy, my good friend Rob Weaver, friend and mentor, told me about T-Rex. And he introduced me to him and David Bowie, and he said that T-Rex actually had a terrible fear. His real name is Mark Bolan. Mark Bolan had a overwhelming fear of dying in an auto accident, so he never got his license. And
I have a friend from college like that.
Still without license and just
I believe he's as old as me. He's 28, and to this day I do not believe he has a driver's license.
Wow.
Fortunately, he lives in the New York City area and can just take a subway everywhere, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But still, yeah, and that's where he grew up. But yeah.
Well, Mark Bolan was, I believe he was around the same age when he died. I think he was like right coming up until his 30th birthday, and he actually got in the car with a woman he had just met who was a little bit too inebriated, and coming over a bridge, they crashed. I believe it was a Mini, crashed into a fence and a tree, and he was killed instantly.
Wow, I did not know that about him.
Yeah, he had premonitions about this looming, almost like not to cheapen it, but the Final Destination movies come to mind, like with the the premonition that comes to life, and unfortunately that's how it played out for him. But his funeral was attended by David Bowie and a number of other artists at the time. And
that is super interesting. Yeah. Wow.
Terrible.
This is totally offbeat.
Go for it, Charles.
But I gotta say, sometimes I actually pick beer by the artwork on the can.
I do often.
So my beer is the last one coming up in a moment. The only reason I bought this beer is because of the artwork. So, once we get to that one, which I guess, are we guys ready?
We're ready.
Well,
you guys want to do it?
Rebecca actually picked the song, in all fairness. So I kind of hogged the mic from that.
Oh, no. Rebecca, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's cool. It's cool. I'm having fun. But yeah, it was funny how I just... So, true story. We're taking, tiny break, and I, had a Tetris crate. I'm, a Tetris master.
Tetris is a good game.
Little known fact about myself. So I was like
Tetris
playing
master.
some Tetris and and like YouTube rolled into that song. Like we had T-Rex lined up, and I'm just like, it has to be this one, you know, like you know, it was kind of a last minute pick. But I love it. I love dancing. Like dancing is such good therapy, such good inspiration. And I love that, like when he says, like I danced my way into the tomb, like, you know, I take that as like, you know, a life of dancing. Like I want to dance my whole life, and like even when I'm old and everything hurts, I want to keep dancing. And, you know, he's talking about dancing when he's 8 and 12, and I love when kids dance, and like, cause they're so honest and like not self-conscious, and like they just dance the craziest. I don't know. So it just like hits home for me. It's a good jam.
I agree. That's all I'm gonna say at this point. I agree. I like maybe after the commentary, the song kind of grew on me. The beer has not only grown on me, it has kicked in on me.
Dude, I was saying the same thing. I'm sitting looking at the can like, I'm
7.2%.
I had to really be careful because I'm like, weird
It's
thoughts,
that
man.
extra 0.2 that does it.
We have one more. Let's get into it. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
All right,
Tony song!
let's do it.
So thank you, man.
Thanks everybody.
Good for dancing. Good.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
You know, explanation.
All
Thank
right,
you.
here we go. Final beer, final song. Stay tuned. Alright guys, and we're back. That was my song, and we're drinking my beer, but I want to stick to the rules of my own freaking podcast and not talk first, so... I
can't talk for
I'm going to go, actually, you know what, let's bend the rules a bit. I want to hear from my co-host, beloved friend of mine, Caleb first.
Beloved.
Mac Wavers.
I like the
I love you, Cavers. Come
I love
on.
you too, baby.
All right, Cavers. I don't care what you pick first, beer, song, whatever. Talk about it.
Well, the beer caught me off guard because I was looking around and everybody's cap had a different design on it. And if you know anything about Capers McWabers, he's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. And then I saw the term
a little bit. All right, hold on. Let me jump in. A little bit is not true. Capers can't walk into a kindergarten class if they're talking about shapes, because if he sees a triangle,
Illuminati confirmed.
Illuminati.
I'm with you, brother.
The Illuminati is confirmed.
Illuminati
if a
is
triangle
strong.
is present around Caleb. I'll stop there. Capers, sorry to cut you off. Go forward.
So I was a little bit, of course, with that background, you would assume that shapes of a strange nature would kind
a
of.
strange nature. It's a strange triangle, Capers. Go
We
on.
got a 0 on one. We got something.
3
on one.
lines that are touching.
Three lines.
I'm with you, Cam. I'm actually back. Talk,
Thank you.
brother.
This is why Charles is here to
Teach,
defend.
brother.
Well, the word occulto appears on the bottle. Somebody didn't tape over that, so I'm like, that's interesting.
Off the top.
So I'm a little bit intoxicated,
You didn't take
and I'm
over.
seeing shapes and patterns and trying to decipher, where the Rothschilds play into this.
It's my boy.
But
They don't. Hint.
Spoiler alert.
They freaking don't.
They don't play into
well,
it.
those Rothschilds make a delicious beer.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's very honey-ish.
Good
It reminds me of honey brown, but like the light beer version of it.
Yeah.
Kinda like
Well,
Bud Light
and
with
let's just
lime.
tell the listeners for a second. This beer, and maybe in the future we should put the beer. We're all burping. It's ridiculous. All right. No, but seriously, maybe in the future we should put the beer in clear bottles, because I think a lot of people that are really into beer like to know the color. I mean, honestly, for me, I don't really care what it looks like, but the beer aficionados, who are certainly one of our target audiences, would maybe want to know. And this beer looks like Corona.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's got like that kind of neon
my first
orange
vibe was Corona.
look to it.
Yeah, it looks like Corona.
Speaking of which, let me just make sure that's true.
Yes.
There's a
All right.
carbon
That's
monoxide
enough.
detector on.
It's
Capers,
got
go on.
it's got a good head, good lacing for the beer aficionados. It's a delicious finisher.
It is. Here.
And we hadn't actually planned out the order of things, but I saw my beer sit next to Tony's, and his looked like Corona, and mine was in a can at 7%, and I was like, that's a rough note to end on. So I'm glad we went this route, and our main man Tony finished out on a high note.
Pun intended.
We are all on a high note right now. The song went really well with it. It was kind of syrupy, sweet. Had like a lot of sticky sounding, rhythmic. I guess you can't call them instruments because it's probably computer generated, if I'm not mistaken. But it sounds like somebody walking out of a movie theater. Like it's got like this kind of sticky quality to it, and I like that a lot. I had actually during the stream of it, I was asking if it was a band by the name of Kiasmos, which I think is an Icelandic band. If you like that last track, check them out, because they're not to hijack, but they're an up and coming band. 2 guys, strictly MIDI and turntable, and their performance on KEXP is a good starting point. Really cool ambient music with a kind of a droning quality, but it goes somewhere too. It's kind of progressive too. So I likened that song that we heard to them. I have no idea who it actually was. I know Tony said that it was somebody else entirely, and I like the mashup. I think it went well, and it's a good note to end on.
Cool.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, Rebecca, you kind of are tag team here with Caleb. What do you got? Did you try the beer?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got my sip was like nice and fizzy, which I like. I like the little tickle.
It is a
of the
fizzy beer.
fizz,
You're right.
yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
So yeah, I thought it was tasty and I like the texture. And then the music, honestly, like a lot of songs remind me of imagery. So that one I could really picture myself like driving to, like driving alone, like maybe evening or night, like down 611 or 32, like somewhere, you know, and the road's empty and I can like go kind of fast and just like jam out. Like that's, I don't know, I really like driving to that kind of music. Yeah, and just kind of like zoning in and out. But that was a lot of fun. I was like dancing around the room and I was playing with the cat and the cat toy and like just really feeling it. So thank you.
Yeah. All right, Charles, my man over here.
I gotta give you a big up.
Big up.
Big up on the beer. The choice. The beer was fizzy. It was tangy.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Definitely sweet.
It went down, it rolled right over my tongue, down my palate. It was good. I can't wait to know the name of it because I'll cop some of this. Oh, yeah. Is that the package?
Let me talk about that.
All right.
Wait,
But
wait,
I'm looking at the package. It says a
not
cult.
yet.
I'm totally into the cult thing.
Huh.
People get all freaked out about the cult, you know.
Hidden knowledge.
It's all about secrets, you know, and we're surrounded by things hidden in plain sight. Our whole dollar bill is like a cult, you know. So I like the, you know, the unknown, the spiritual, skulls, you know. I'm not afraid of death. So yeah, I like it. And you know, basically beer and all that kind of stuff it used to be called spirits. You know, getting high was actually to get higher and more spiritual. So, but yeah, we kind of like, you know, mix the
profane,
the sacred. Thank you, Caleb. That's my dude. On that note, it led right into the whole like music deal. And his girlfriend just put on like an aluminum like skull cap or something. She's protecting herself. Pretty cool. I'm sorry. Anyway,
scalp tickler.
The music totally appealed to my inner robot. You know, my singularity conspiracy theory thing. And I am like part machine myself. I had some surgery and I got like a monitor in me, and so I'm Mr. Green, but I'm machine. And electronic music is still. I have an inner rebellion thing that's in me that, you know, with electronic music. I mean, it's still a genre, still an art form, but it's so inorganic. You unplug it and it's no more music. So that irritated me, Tony. I must say. But I expected something different, man, Mr. DJ. But what do I expect? I mean, it's all good. I mean, I'm not hating on you. This is an honest opinion. You don't take it personally. I still love you.
It's okay. I gotta come back.
Yeah. But the it was, you know, I felt like getting up and cleaning things. You know, I felt like I want to get around and start cleaning the house or something. You know, it's kind of music. It's like a, you know, background music.
That's okay.
I probably wouldn't even stop to listen to that stuff.
That's okay.
But it's just, you know, it's your favorite. Some stuff I like is, you know, don't get. I'm sorry, I feel bad for saying that, but
no,
you know,
I want
the
you
thing
to
about
rip it
alcohol,
apart.
dude, it makes you say what you don't really want to. Which, you know, I'm uninhibited. My reserves are gone.
Charles, I want you to rip it apart, and it's cool.
I didn't hate it. It's just like it didn't do nothing much for me.
That's
it's
okay.
It's just kind of there. It's cool.
That's
and
completely
I really spanked myself because expectations are dangerous, and I expected something different, but I learned just to be open and listen.
You know what, man?
So it's all good.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I know it is cool because you're a cool dude, and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But the beer, the occult.
Culto.
Thing about, you know, when I get drunk, I steal. I got one. I'm taking it home. Look at that.
Charles is stealing a beer from
Yeah,
you.
I'm stealing a beer.
That's
I
cool.
that's a compliment, bro.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
All right, Ash, over here.
Okay, so the music, I've been sitting here trying to think of, there's a specific genre, starts with an A. It's not airy, but it's like, okay, so this is like airy electronic to me.
Ethereal? Well, that's E, I guess.
No.
Atmospheric?
No. Maybe it's not.
Ambient.
Ambient, yes.
Ambient.
To me, this is, it's like ambient music that you almost want to dance to,
Good. Almost.
right? But like,
Start to rise from the chair.
but you don't. But, so, it's just funny to me, you know, Tony, that you like this particular type of music and a lot of music like this because you don't do drugs.
No.
And I feel like it's very like, you know, people that are on drugs, I would imagine.
Easy.
No. And I'm not saying that in any kind of negative connotation. But I'm just saying, you know, certain senses are heightened by different things.
Here.
And maybe it's not even, you know, drugs. You know, maybe some people's senses are heightened in other ways. But it's just funny to me that, you know, you're not one of those people, you know, that need that, but you still like that kind of music. And I'm not calling it druggy
Well, music can be a drug.
Charles, you're speaking out of turn. But yes, music can be a drug. It definitely can be a drug. So maybe music is your drug, and this is what gets you high. So
Well,
deep, I know.
So deep.
Wait, can I talk about the beer real quick before you
Yes, of
start
course.
saying things?
Well, we cannot skip that piece.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I don't know yet how I feel about this beer. I'm not gonna lie, with you when we bought this, so I knew what it was. But I didn't expect this.
Me neither.
No, I didn't expect this flavor
Me neither.
at all. And I don't know if I like it. I mean, like, it's not bad to me. Maybe I need to have another one. Probably not. But it's sweet. It is. Well, you said it's very mead-like. It has like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a medieval taste. Let's go with that.
Can I jump in at this point?
Okay, I'm
Am I
sorry.
allowed?
Yes, I'm done.
All right, let me start with the beer because I can say a lot more about the song than the beer. The beer is basic. I picked it solely for the packaging. It's got this like really cool like Day of the Dead.
Dios de los Muertos.
Dios de los Muertos.
Dios de los Muertos.
Day of the Dead.
We just lost all of our Spanish listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Build
Can
that
we
wall.
play the beer, please?
Anyway, it's got this like crazy skull with like turquoise sun-looking eyes. And I was like, you know what? We were looking at all these like fancy hoppy beers and this and that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with this like crazy Spanish-looking beer. It's labeled as blue and blue.
It's not Spanish.
Well, it's got the whole Spanish theme.
But
I mean,
isn't tequila
I
like
believe
Mexican?
it's appropriating
Mexican.
Spanish heritage.
all right, let's not split hairs
Yeah,
here.
because you know you're wrong.
All right, so it's 6% alcohol. It's labeled as blue agave infused. It is by a brewery, I believe, called Occulto, or that's the name of the beer. What the heck is the brewery? I don't even know. It's
No, I think
probably
it's
like
It's
Coors Light. or something.
standalone.
Ooh, the eyes are like holographic.
They make one and that's it. They
But
only make one beer.
Anyway, it says it's aged in tequila barrels, which is cool. I was expecting more of like a Dos Equis Corona, like basic Mexican beer, and this is like a lot sweeter than I thought. Definitely huge agave notes in here.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You know, agave, like agave syrup that we had actually.
Yeah.
Instead of maple syrup, we had agave syrup, which is very, very sweet. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
I'm picking that up, which is not what I expect. I expected a beer that tasted like tequila. You know, I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
kind of like a salty.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know what
I
though?
think like a little more limey or something.
You know what though? I'm thirsty after this beer.
It's salty,
And I think
right?
I do think it's salty. It's okay. It's a little sweet. I'm not crazy about it in any way. The song, however, I'm crazy about. I think that is the best song that has come out in 2016. It's called Nana by Acid Polly.
Oh, Polly Shore?
German DJ, been around since like the 90s. Doing some stuff that never really got popular back then. Heard it in Amsterdam, loved the track, stumbled across it, found out that not only did I like it, not only did I like the song, but it was coming out on DJ Cozy's label, Pampa, on a compilation. The day it came out, I immediately had to purchase it on vinyl.
We don't know who DJ Cozy is. Can you-
Another really great DJ. I mean, just a leader in minimal, pushing the limits type of stuff. Not necessarily dance oriented. A lot of comedy infused into it in some sense. I think the track it's hard to digest. It's not. It doesn't have a drop. It doesn't have a build up. It's not for an American audience. It's minimal in every sense. It's repetitive, which I kind of have a soft spot for repetition in music. The rhythm is broken up into 1,000 different pieces. All those little blips and bloops, and in a way, it's just the fabric of the universe getting broken down into a melody. And I personally love that song. In the future, plan on picking songs I don't like to throw this podcast for a little bit of a loop and see what people think about it. But that one personally, I think it's the best song of 2016.
Of the 2000s.
Of the 2000s. No, I had to put a little more thought into that. But of this year, that is my number one top track across any genre, and it is a minimal techno song by Acid Pauly. I have a lot of appreciation for what he did on that track. It is sticky. I like that, Caleb. That's
like walking out of the movie theater, you said? I really like that.
Yeah, like
beer and
like that snare drum almost has like a water droplet like sample on top of it, so it's got this smack to it. And it almost sounds even like a old sampler. Like it's not a new drum kit. That's all like the new electronic musicians are using. It's it almost has an old school drum beat with this crazy sample rhythm and still minimal with his vocals. Personally, I'm a huge fan of it. It's one of those songs that clocks in at like 9 minutes, and I could go for another 5 easily. But that's just me. It of course is not in the same taste as everybody else.
Reminds me of The Little Mermaid.
Fair enough. It's got an underwater sound.
Yeah,
I guess.
underwater sound.
And yeah, it's got like those little bloops and the almost like a splash with the snare.
Like
Or
I
bubbles.
picture
Bubbles.
people
Bubbles
playing
popping.
the clams.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, that's the point of the podcast. We want to show some music that maybe we don't know and maybe don't like, and maybe we'll talk each other into liking it. And I think I don't know, guys. I don't want to be pompous here, but I think we may have succeeded in that on this first episode. All of our guests are still here except Charles. He had a run. Busy man, busy life. He's no longer here to say goodbye, but I think we should, at this point, all give our last goodbye. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Goodbye! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks again. If you made it this far, you've listened to the full first episode of the Hop 40. Awesome guests, awesome beers, awesome music, great friends. We can't wait till the next episode. Bye-bye.